Hi everyone, welcome to Dividends, the show for and about your College of Business. Really looking forward to today's program. We have two returning guests that have been with us before. The first is Dr. Erik Markin. And what were we talking about the first time you were here? Your background, your history.
Family, business research, and entrepreneurship in general.
So now that our loyal viewers know who you are, you and I are going to embark on a new venture we're both really excited about.
Very much.
Our viewers may remember Madison Grant, a student who came through the E-Center and started a coffee roasting business, and she now has gotten her MBA and has finished working at the E-Center, getting married in June, and decided that she wasn't interested in roasting coffee as much anymore.
Correct.
So the Idea Shop purchased the coffee roaster. You and I have learned how to roast coffee, and we're going to get into the coffee roasting business both at the Idea Shop and in the classroom.
Correct.
Now, you have an advantage because you actually had a family coffee shop, is
Correct.
that right?
Yes, we did. Yes, a coffee shop in Martin, Tennessee. That was a lot of fun, a lot of learning took place.
So how do you plan to use this in the classroom? I know we've talked about it and we haven't settled on exactly what we're doing, but what opportunities do you see for students in a business like this?
Yeah, well, so one of the best things about this is it's the holistic view, right? They're going to take the value chain, all the inputs, processes, outputs, and they're going to start learning how to deal with those things in real time and address problems as they show up. So.
And we're talking about the complete process. We're going to have to source the beans from around the globe, I guess, and they have different flavor profiles depending on where you get the beans, right?
Correct.
So we have to get them in. You and I are learning to roast the beans, and there's a real art to that. There's the first crack, and then there's the second crack, and all that. And we'll have to share that knowledge. But we're going to have to set up a website. You're talking about taking the orders, grinding the beans, filling the orders, doing custom orders and things like that, keeping the books.
Right.
So how does this compare with teaching the theory of some of these same things, marketing, finance, bookkeeping, accounting, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's wonderful. You've got all the primary activities that you mentioned, but also the secondary activities that are more of the behind the scenes types of activities, right? And the beautiful part is the marriage between theory and practice here is because the students actually get the opportunity and see where the rubber meets the road, right? We talk about this in different ways in the classroom, but they're actually going to get the opportunity to put these things into action, plan and implement these activities, and better understand the orchestration and how important it is that those things line up according to the business model and strategy that they choose.
Yeah, and what to do when things go wrong, because
right.
In the theoretical side, you don't necessarily deal with oh, wait a minute, we got this order for 100 bags of coffee and there's nobody to work. We're going to have to work this weekend. Who are we going to get in here? So that really adds an element that is real life, but you might not be able to teach that when you're talking just about theory.
That's right. That's right. A lot of things we can sort of predict and be prepared or plan for some routine problems along the way, but as we know, an entrepreneur's journey is anything but routine. So these types of problems are going to be off standard, and learning how to deal with those in real time and still hopefully meet the goal is going to be really interesting and fun to watch from my perspective, but also an unmatchable learning experience for the students.
And we're going to have to get smart on this as well. So we're going to take some road trips this summer, because while this is fairly unique, we're not the only university doing this. So we're heading up to Dayton. Tell us a little bit about what you know of their program.
University of Dayton has a good program that's several years in the making. They've opened some student-operated businesses, and they've also closed them. So students there are getting the opportunity to understand the ebb and flow of the business cycle. But the interesting part is that students operate and plan and handle the strategy, but also the operation part of this. So they're involved throughout the entire process, and I think there's just a lot to be learned from them. And that way we get to sort of start at a higher place, vicariously learning from them.
Well, and when they get their degrees, it's something that I think adds a lot of value to a resume. If I were looking to hire and someone had the theoretical background, but oh look, they also worked in a business that was operating for profit. It wasn't just a lab. I mean, we're hoping to certainly make money on this, and had played different roles, maybe as a manager or taking care of the books or the marketing. That would certainly add some value to that resume.
I agree. I mean, the main thing that I hope that is taken away is that when students address a problem, that they understand that changing one aspect, one activity in that whole mix, and it isn't in a vacuum, right? That one change.
Well, it is, because it's vacuum sealed.
Correct. Yeah. Very good point. Yeah, you're brewing up some good questions, But the thing is understanding how the mechanism works together and how one change affects another, and how we deal with that from a holistic perspective.
Well, we hope to be bringing this to you relatively soon, so you can check the eCenter website and order your own custom coffee. We'll do custom blends and custom packaging, and really looking forward to going down this path with you, Dr. Markin.
Thank you. Me too. There are a lot of perks to this project.
Yeah, well, same old grind. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
So you have an idea. It's exciting. It's original. It's genius. And you think it could be the next big thing. But how do you turn this idea into reality? At the Entrepreneurship Center, we will guide you through every step of the entrepreneurial process and help along the way, from developing and enhancing your idea to building your product and bringing it to market. Our programs will help refine your idea and connect you with other creative individuals. You can collaborate with students and discover their brilliant ideas, learn from expert faculty and accomplished business leaders, and even receive money to expand your venture and start your own company. Whether your idea is a revolutionary product, app, or service, we can help. The Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State University. From invention to innovation, it starts here.
There are a number of student activities that students can get involved with, but few of them know that they can start a company while they're in school. We want students to consider that when they come to school here, they have 4 years to create themselves a job, create a new venture, and that's really what the center's here to provide. We're here to provide the resources, connections, and programs that can help them start a company. The background of our students is extremely diverse. All across campus, students are getting involved, forming these companies, and people, all sorts of different backgrounds, coming together to create these startups that are just doing amazing things. Regardless of where you're at in the entire startup process, whether you're coming in with a fresh idea, already have an established company, or just are trying to get interested in entrepreneurship, we want to put students in a position where they feel encouraged and supported to pursue their passions so they can make an impact no matter what field or industry they go into.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Mallory Ann Williams, and she was actually a guest 2 years ago.
Yeah, probably around that time.
And the first time you were on, you were talking about what it was like to have gone through our iCreate camp.
Yes, I did. It was amazing. It was probably the best camp I've ever been to.
So what made you decide to sign up, and tell us about what the experience was and whether it was what you were thinking it was going to be?
It started as an assignment that I had to do or I'd get a 0.
The camp?
Not that. So I had a robotics class, so I had to submit this idea, this invention that I wanted to do, and I was like, okay, whatever. So then I created a dyslexia app because I struggle with that, and I was like, you know what, make something that helps you. So I did that, thought nothing about it. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, you made it in the top 4, so now you're gonna have to go speak in front of a lot of people.
The innovation challenge.
The challenge,
right.
Horrible. I don't talk in front of people. So that happened, and then it was like, well, you get to go to this camp, and I was like, oh, okay. And then
So we put on, just for background, we put on the Innovation Challenge. So the things that are giving her the most heartburn are the two things that we put on: the Innovation Challenge through the Youth Center, and then the iCreate camp. So I'm glad we brought so much joy to your life, Mallory Ann.
But then once I got there, I had so much fun. We all got to room in the dorms, and we got to be independent. And we had a theme, and it was plants, and we had to build or make anything like in that topic. And we did like self-watering plants. I made like a cooler, like, I don't know how to explain it. And then we did like frames and stuff. And then we got to have the open shop, and that was probably my favorite thing.
It was a pop-up shop where you got to sell the things you made, and you actually made some money.
Right. Exactly, and I had no idea that was going to happen, but it just felt so good to like something that we worked hard on can finally make a profit. It doesn't matter what age we are.
Right.
That y'all made it possible that like me being 15 at the time, that I could still go out and do that.
Well, now fast forward to this year, 2 years later, and you reach out to us
Right.
because you're looking for a summer job and wanted to know if you could work at the Idea Shop. So now you are actually an employee, and you're going to be inflicting that same kind of pain on others that we inflicted on you. Okay, we need to do this, this, and this. What made you want to work at the Idea Shop?
Well, like I missed it so much because I hadn't really been back since, but I was like, Mom, what about the Idea Shop?
So what did you like about it? What was it, not just the camp, but just being in the Idea Shop? Why did you want to be there for
I
the
literally
summer?
just get like this joy. Like I get so happy when I'm in the back room, and I can make whatever, like anything, and like just being able to like help people, and pretty much just being able to make whatever I wanted.
Well, as soon as we got the email from your mom, and we just thought, well, this would be great because she's been here and she's done it,
Right.
and she wants to spend the summer with us. So the good news for us is you'll be able to help these new campers coming in. So they're going to have all that anxiety that you had.
Right.
And how do you think you'll be able to help them? Because it's not just...
I feel like they will be more comfortable with a person my age there. Not that like anything against other camp counselors, but like
us old people.
no, we weren't that old. They were like anyway, but like it took me a few days to get like, okay, they actually are trying to listen to me. So then once they finally listened, it was so amazing, like to just be heard and like, yes, we can do this. So hopefully I can like open their minds up to like, go, you just got to go.
Right, and they've got to form a group, then you have to develop the products, and then you have to source the materials, and so...
And I would tell the teams to work together.
Right. Well, that's an important part of, that's a great life lesson to be able to work with folks who come from different backgrounds that you might not know. So you are going to be very valuable to us. So I want to thank you for first coming through iCreate Camp and reaching out about working for us this summer and all the good you're going to do. We're very, very proud of you and glad to have you on board.
Thank you.
All right. That's going to do it for this edition of Dividends. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.